Hi guys, well today we are going to take a look at what's in my sewing tin. I can't tell if this is backwards. It's a Vaseline lip balm gift tin. It came with 3 lip balms. I don't think I ever used them, but this has come in very handy. So what's in here? Right, got my pin cushion, which doesn't actually hold any pins anymore. I'll show you why in a minute, but it does have my current needle. It also, from the feel of it, has another needle in there that has been lost for a while. I used to just stick them like that, but when I made this pin cushion, I didn't. It's just got stuffing in it, there's no hard base, so every time I picked it up with pins in it, they were all stuck out the other side, and I stabbed myself enough as it is, thank you very much. And of course when I put it in there with them stuck up like that, put the lid on, pushed them even further through. So that's my needle cushion really. My small, I have a set of 3 of these. I use these for, actually I use these more for cutting fabric when I do the big ones. And also cutting yarn projects and such. These I keep with my sewing because they're ideal for just snipping thread, which I have 3. White one used to be the same size, but you can tell that's the one that I use the most. The black one I bought for a recent project, and then I've used it for some embroidery on my new hook book. And the pink, a lot of the fabrics that I pick seem to this matches quite well with them, so when I'm reluctant to use white because it's boring, especially for top stitching, pink is my second most used. This is a little terribly made notion pouch that I made. You might notice the fabrics match. They were from a Molly Makes magazine. It came with a little booklet on, I can't remember if these were actually patterns, but it came with a pattern booklet for I might have used the patterns, or I might have made them myself. I can't remember. Anyway, this is where I keep my unthemed fabric clips. There's only 2 out at the moment because that's what my pouch looks like on the inside. Yeah, there's only 2 of these out at the moment because the rest of the unthemed ones, I say in the unthemed because I'll show you the themed ones in a minute. The rest of them are keeping hexagons together for another project that I had to set aside for. Anyway, these are my dressmaker pins. I keep them in a little box now because, well, I used to have the pearl-headed ones, but they kept flaking and not rusting exactly, but these seem to be doing better. And they're small enough that even if I did use the pin cushion, I don't think they would stab me, but they would disappear, so I keep them in there. This is my needle case. I did used to, you can tell there's one missing in the middle, that's the one that I have out. I did used to go in here every time and put it away every time, and it was getting to be a bit of a pain, so that's why I keep that in there. I also have a little tube full of, whoops, full of darning slash yarn needles. Probably, actually, I keep the silver ones for some reason. Every so often a project needs that sort of thickness, but actually I can't really remember why I keep them, but I must keep them for a reason, so I'm not going to throw them away, even though I'm very tempted to because I haven't used them in a long time. So those are all the silver ones that I, like I say, haven't used, and these are the ones that I do use. They have a little bend at the end, which makes it a lot easier to slide into knitted stitches and crochet stitches. I have 2 tape measures. This one came with a, one of those beginner sewing kits, emergency kits, whatever you want to call them. It's actually the one I use the most, just from habit really. Can't be without a tape measure, although I do tend to use my quilting ruler for most things. Flat, and this was gifted to me, but I never use it because it's, I don't actually know. It would be better if I just got rid of one, and a couple of bits that really shouldn't be in here, but work on a project and then don't know where to put things. I have 3 of these, but only one of them fits in the sewing tin. Chalk pens. They have a very thin, so they kind of look like circular saws. Don't know if you can see, and they ratchet. It's a little, they work a little bit like salt and pepper pots, the ones that, the grinding mills. They're full of chalk powder, and as you drag the pen across the fabric, the saw, we'll call it, grinds the powder out and leaves a nice thin line. And my this is for threading yarn needles. It's a Clover needle threader. Doesn't work on sewing needles, it's too big, but it's very helpful. But I don't usually need a threader for sewing threads anyway. And my stitch picker, unpicker I should say. The last time I used this, I put the cap on the end and then panicked because I couldn't find it. I have a habit of losing things and then finding them under my butt. Don't ask me how I wind up sitting on things that fall. They must fall through me, I don't know. And another. Yes, so that's my sewing tin. I'm going to put everything back. I like to, actually there's a few bits on the bottom, so let's just clean that out a bit. Sometimes wish it was a little bit bigger. But if you give me the space, I will expand into it, so big is bad. Terrible idea. Let's see if these will fit in. Now that I've taken the little junky bits out, they weren't taking up much room, but they do. And then the skizzers. pincushion on top. There we go. That's my sewing kit.